But look at the Nile. It's 5:30 in the morning and the sunrise is happening and the Nile is glowing. I still have to pinch myself. Like, I cannot believe we are in Egypt.
We have officially made it to our first port stop about 3 hours later. We had a nice little siesta, but we're going to the Kom Ombo Temple, and it's literally right off the port here.
We are Sam and Nick Simpson, and welcome to Simps on the Go. If you're new here, it was our dream to travel the world. So in October 2019, we quit our jobs, sold everything we had, and bought a one-way ticket out of the United States. Our travels took us to 17 countries over 4 continents in 4.5 months. And although our travels are on hold right now, we still had the most incredible journey. On this 10-part Egyptian series, we will take you to some of the most remarkable places, like today's 2 temples that we are visiting. Today, we are going to Kom Ombo, otherwise known as the Crocodile Temple, and Edfu Temple. Edfu Temple is one of the most well-preserved ancient Egyptian temples. And we are so excited to have you join us in this journey through Egypt.
Now we're headed to the Kom Ombo Temple, which is right off the pier here, and it looks pretty awesome. So we are pretty excited about this. Excited for the Kom Ombo Temple?
I'm so excited. It's our 3rd temple in Egypt, and it's already so cool. Abu Simbel was so... That was like the most surreal I think I've ever been. Just like, you hear so much, you learn so much about Egyptian history, you learn so much about the Nile, all these things growing up. We lived in New York and we went to the Met, and the Met has an incredible exhibition on Egypt, and it's just all so surreal when you actually get to see it in person, and it's here. It's so cool. Welcome to Kom Ombo Temple, an ancient Egyptian temple right alongside the Nile within walking distance from the water. This temple dates back to about 100 BC and is really unique because it's actually dedicated to 2 Egyptian gods, Sobek, the god of the crocodile, and Horus, one of the main Egyptian gods. This temple is absolutely beautiful, and although it required quite a bit of renovation, it still holds many of the original aspects to the temple. Our favorite parts of this temple were twofold. Firstly, it was one of the only places to practice medicine along the Nile River. It is rumored that many medications and modern medical practices of today actually originate from this very temple. You can see along the walls prescriptions for medicine, ancient medical stories outlined, and drawings of tools that were used, all eerily similar to today's modern technology. The other part we loved about the Kom Ombo Temple is that it was dedicated to the local god of the crocodile. During the excavation process, around 300 mummified crocodiles were found in the area. 300! And there is a local museum where you can see all of the crocodiles as well.
This is all just so amazing. I know we keep saying that, but it's just so surreal that we're here and we're finally seeing this. And it's crazy that we could touch something that's just thousands of years old. And our guide has a PhD in Egyptology, and he just knows so much information. And we're definitely going to link him in the description below, because if you come to Egypt, you should definitely get him. His name's Mido, aka Muhammad. He's the best. But seriously, it's just amazing. I know we keep saying that, but it's like, there's just nothing like this. That was probably one of the coolest things I've seen so far. And unfortunately, we had to use the cell phone because they didn't allow cameras inside. But those crocodiles, not alligators, were mummified from 350 BC to 530 AD. I mean, that blows my mind. They look kind of creepy, but that was awesome. That was so cool. I've never even seen a crocodile in real life, but I've seen a mummified crocodile that's thousands of years old. I would say that's a good way to end the day. So what did you guys think of day number 2 here in Egypt?
Oh my gosh, it's
So incredible.
every second, and I can't wait for the next 2 days on the Nile cruise.
The next 2 days should actually be more involved with mummies or mummified bodies, I guess is the correct way to say it. Today was temples. Good morning from another packed day here. It's an early morning, but not quite as an early morning. It is currently 5:30 a.m. and we're listening and watching the horse carriages that we're about to take right now to the Edfu Temple.
Good morning.
Here.
We've heard that they don't always take good care of their horses, but this man keeps touching and petting every horse and is really kind to his, so that at least makes it a little bit better. And we get him on the way back. And all of this was included in our tour radar tour. We'll put the link below because it's actually pretty amazing. Like, everything's included and it's not that expensive.
This is a hospital.
Hospital, oh, okay.
It's a mosque.
Mosque? Wow.
This is a market here. This is soup.
Oh. He keeps turning around and pointing things and saying one word in English. It's so sweet. He's giving us a little tour of Edfu.
Hotel.
Cool. Wow. We just made it to Edfu Temple. It was kind of a interesting ride. I'm not a huge fan of horses, but there are a lot of people here, and our tour guide said that he wants to run really quickly to the back so we can get a very good view before it gets really touristy. So let's hurry.
I think we found all the tourists. Oh, I guess we're running. We're running to get there to take a picture before anyone else gets there. You're gonna trot? And for the record, we are doing this without any coffee. We woke up 5 a.m., 0 coffee. He said you can drink coffee when you get back. It's a struggle, but if you can tell, it's a little chilly this morning. So apparently the Edfu Temple is the most preserved, meaning they didn't have to fix any of it and it's all original. This is just so surreal. I know we keep saying that, but this is awesome. This is so cool.
First, this is Edfu Temple, and it was built in 300 BC, and it still has much of the original remains from 300, including some of the original colors on the ceilings. And so when we touch these walls, which we still can, we're touching walls from 300 BC. But I loved the story about the monthly celebration. Every month, the high priest wanted to make sure that the Egyptian people remembered that there was a God and believed in the gods. So every month, the high priest would have the locals come to Edfu Temple and wait out in this quarter area. They would close all of the windows on the ceilings in all of the temple except for the back room, which was only accessible for the king and the high priest. In the back room, they would open up the windows in the back room and they would let the sun shine down on the wall in the back, which was full of silver. So it would reflect sun all the way out to all the people in this quarter area out here. They would then tell everyone out here that the gods were here and present. So it was a very clever way to pretty much convince everyone that there was still a God here and they were protecting this particular temple. The temple was dedicated to the god Horus, which is one of the main Egyptian gods and pretty much the main Egyptian god in ancient Egypt. I just thought it was so clever that they were able to figure out a really good way to keep everyone believing that there was a god that was protecting this temple.
The amount of people that are here now is insane. So definitely get here super early. You can't even walk. It's crazy busy.
Right? But you can see that in the 50, that part are broken, right?
Yeah.
And the government fixed that.
They fixed it.
Yeah. Even still appear that this is fixed, right? So what we have in the 50, yeah, here. And that's the broken part. Yeah. We have...
Sadly, our time at Edfu has come to an end. We're taking the horse back to the boat, which actually the boat takes off in like 15 minutes apparently. So hopefully we make it back. But we're sailing pretty much all day. I kind of want to show you around the boat and just show you kind of where we've been staying, even though we haven't really been there that much. But let's get back on that horse. Get it? Got it, Sam? Thank you. Just got back to our room. We are very tired, mainly because we had not had coffee. So I'm actually impressed that we just did all of that with no coffee. But now we're about to go down, eat some breakfast. It is currently 7:35. We need coffee. So we're gonna go get coffee. We're gonna go get coffee. Like right now. Okay, see you soon. Egyptian.
Bottom step is really weak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Will you sit up there?
Hello. Excuse me. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Turn around here. That's what he was saying. Silver, what's it? On the silver,
I didn't hear that part.
what's like at the back? No, we just made it to Edfu Temple. I almost said castle.
But we definitely need some coffee. We still have not had coffee. We could use some coffee. We've done all this today with no coffee. I don't know if you're a coffee addict like us, but we're struggling. The struggle is real right now.